Are we live? Toodaloo! What's up, everybody? Welcome in. My name is Casey. I am the Guardian Oracle 33. Welcome in. Welcome to Idaho through the World Wide Web. My eyes started watering as soon as I pushed play. How is everybody? Hi, Jerry. Howdy, Zerdic. Great day in Ireland. How's it for you? Hey, tomorrow's supposed to get up to 100 degrees over here, 103. Right now, there's a nice and cool morning, beautiful breeze rolling through here. Wade, hello, Ambassador Casey. Tandy, hi. Hi, Christina. Constance, Purple Lily of the Sacred Valley. Woohoo. Toodaloo. So, Ringo's at school, or I'll have to have one of my friends send me his bull ride. He started riding for a different outfit, and yeah, he got his shit knocked around pretty good, but he's like, Mom, that was the funnest ride I had. I mean, it was pretty gnarly, so, and he still loves to get going, get back up there and going, so. Beautiful in northern Utah. It's beautiful here too today. It is beautiful. Very stunning. I hope everybody is lovely. We had a good weekend. We danced. There was a lot of swing dancing. I'll tell you what. I think my shoulder's still maybe out a little bit. I originally had that tear in my shoulder, and it's just kind of gotten a little bit better as I've just kept working through it. But oh, other news. So, is the family in here? What's up, Emo? So, family's trickling in. I have a few news about a few of our Soul Tribe members that are on here. First things first, Bill has not been back out of court since his arraignment. There's pretty good possibility that they hemmed him up, so I want to put out a mass prayer. Please, if everybody would just keep Bill in your prayers and to work through the justice center and system and just to see a miracle happen within that space. So, for those of you that know Bill Hunter, it's just different without him in the chat because he's such a shit. And then I found another good tarot reader today, and it's like, sorry if I do not remember your name. It's Grandma's Tarot, I believe. I'll have to go back and look. I watched her earlier. So there is a lot of Claire V. I watched Claire V this morning. She was on. So I see and notice that a lot of people like the pull a card. I certainly do. Today I had a beautiful message from this reader. Constance is the only other person that's ever really read for me. So the Purple Lily of the Sacred Valley. Yeah, it sucks for Bill, dude. That's our family. And he's already been, you know, he previously was looking for a place to go. You know, he's going to have to move out of the place that he was at. So he's kind of already at that point. But I do know that God is a God of miracles, okay? And I do know the universe does magnificent shit when a collective of people put their minds and energy together in the most positive way to supersede any fear that he may transmute that with love and with the power of just the divine. So, there is some sort, I look down and I see great mystery. So, and I do want to say, at some point over knowing Bill for just about, I would say almost a year now, I have received a list from him of if he goes missing. So I need to make sure he is incarcerated. I mean, it was to that point of seriousness of how he was feeling. So maybe we should check that out. Is Jason in here? Anyways, if this isn't your guys' part, you can skip to the general reading. Maybe somebody will timestamp it for us. So today's going to be an angelic message from the angelic realms is what I was guided to label it. So I am a psychic medium. I am a channeled reader. A lot of the stuff I say, I'm hearing can and will be used against you in the court of law. So, you know, there's always somebody out there trying to gather information to, you know, create a case in some way or another. So, you know. Yeah, I see waymakers out here, authentic spectrum of light embodied. So sometimes you got to take fucking good souls, good light, good people like that, and you got to put them in places where there's not a lot of that. Whether it's in jail, circle smoking pot, you know, there's a lot of people. Don't underestimate what one light can light an entire room of 100 people. It's just one Flame. That's it. One flame. Want somebody who has that fire in their belly, their ability to get fired up. Maybe it is a shitty. It's, there's nothing worse than thinking you might go to jail or whatever the situation might look like. All the fears that come in, that's when you really start to see who your true friends are. That's when you get to see who really does have your back and who's there for you emotionally, socially. That at that point, I think that in my experience as a past drug addict and somebody who's had, dude, I've been through all of it. I've been in the military. I've done so many good things, and in all the shitty spots I've ended up out of, it's always been in circles with some broken ass people, but some of the best people. And then there's some just downright demonic ass fucking spirits in some of those circles. It took me a lot to wake up to look where I was literally in the devil's belly at one point. I'm just saying, God will always have his hand on you. If you've got a purpose here and you're chosen for something, you chose yourself for this, and you're awakening to that, and you're starting to understand and comprehend your own self-awareness here, the writing's on the wall, and that fire within you just says, I know I'm here for something. I know there's something more to this. And this is like, that Five of Wands has been haunting this table for like the last, 3 weeks. Conflict, competition, but this card also talks about, are they friends? Are they just playing around? And I made one short today, and it was talking about the arch nemesis. It was in one of the last collective reads when I have the red dress on. Shit, I don't know what I fucking labeled it. God only knows with me. God only knows. And only God knows. I was talking about arch nemesis, two very alike, let's just say very strong-willed, very spiritual aspected people. Probably, I would believe that they come from different colonies, star systems. In whatever way, I would say there's an aspect of many incarnations with the same aspect of the soul group. And a lot of the times, there's been people who I've met that we never fucking liked each other. Right out the gate, I'm like, I don't fucking like you. We might share a friend, but I don't like you, motherfucker. And then, we have a falling out or whatever, and then a year later, you're like, God dang, stand next to this bitch. And then you end up having the best time of your life because you actually start getting along, and you're like, oh, I thought you were a stuck-up bitch the whole time. I'm like, yeah, so did I. We do that. Now we're older, we read energy. We're able to understand that better. We don't have to dick measure. We're just like, okay, yeah, you're not for me, or I like that fire about you. There's something in there that gives this person a fire. Whether it is past pains or past hurts, people recognize that energetically as we start to spiritually awaken. That's what I'm talking about. We're understanding like-minded people, opposing opposite sides, the forces. There is a lot of forces of nature and of, let's just say, the enlightened consciousness, right? And then we have the shadow aspected consciousness. So those are two very different vibrational frequencies. As you're harnessing and opening up your crown chakra and your higher earth star chakra, and you're grounded, right? Which means you feel very stable and secure within your being. Your chakras start to become aligned, whether you're doing this through prayer, meditation, in whatever way, energy work on your own self. The power of thought, you don't have to, you already know. You know how to do this. If we could turn up how much, there's a reason that we don't remember so much, just the physical body. Look at us on a day-to-day basis. We have to have phones that remember phone numbers that we don't remember anymore. We always had the address book. We're not designed to hold a shit ton of information like that, and that's why people who have doctorates, good Lord, you get a lot through experience, more or less. We're just not built to remember all the past lives. Like, you can go akashically back to a few, but do you ever wonder why you can't go any further back, or there's some things? It's like that we're missing out on the point of this, honoring the humanism. But when you start to open yourself up and receive more light and more consciousness, right, flow, whether you're watching somebody, listening to somebody who, brings good spiritual information in a way that either you think about it and now you have a common ground of saying, okay, I understand that I am vibrating at a similar frequency of other enlightened beings. I'm understanding that my walk's not the same as everybody else's, as far as learning or modalities that you'll go through, but it does feel like there's action here. And that was the Three of Wands and the Three of Wands both sitting, as you are 2 and 3. See, and I talked about having this fire in the belly. He's holding an orb of light here. And he's got, by thy staff and by thy rod. And she's holding the old pool stick. You've got to move, mate. Are you ready? Are you ready? I do want to say that if you've been feeling this energy of past, whether this is within you, the Seven of Swords, I've said there's somebody here that spends a lot of fucking time writing, notating, taking notes on what you're doing, your business. You know, somebody who's trying to document, or, you know, the Seven of Swords is somebody who's very, very fucking calculated. And I think that there is somebody here going to take action in some way pertaining to this energy, okay? So this is as a specific person can embody these energies, but it's somebody who, this hot-headed, you know, there could be vengeance or what do you call that when you have to get somebody back? What is that called? Vengeance is mine, but what do they... Somebody who's just pissed off in a way because maybe you've outsmarted them. You know what I mean? In a way, they feel in whatever way something, you know, there's a great mystery around this situation, and an energetic movement. You can't make it up. Ganesh comes out here and says energetic movement is on its way as we speak. Ha! I just got a message at the same point on my phone. That's interesting. Action oriented. Beshura seve kete tita bata te tu 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 su vokera te kisu shapa kata da baya yo no yefese. It's saying you will understand in time. So, I wonder what this message is coming through. Man, it really does. 66 could be prominent here. I'm seeing 6 of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups, the light side of the 6 of Cups, a recognition here of a remembrance, you know, and it does. And I don't know what this 7 of Swords is, but it's about you awakening to your potential. You know, there's something here, post-life review, out-of-body experience, near-death experience, astral experiences between lives. You're getting a heads up. You're getting a heads up. I've got goosebumps, yes. Overcoming loss, okay? Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Azrael, Saint Germain the Violet Flame, benevolent beings of the light, ancestors, the divine light, nature divas. So they're showing me, like, right now, even as we're in this meeting, you know, through my mind's eye. So I have all of the clairs. I have a very unique way of receiving messages, and they're saying in real time. We're on the edge of the universe, watching your moves, and I want to say I've got goosebumps. That's why they had me get the mystical Martian Oracle deck out, because this goes deeper than just the level of it I talked about in the beginning of this read, light and dark forces, right? Those energies. I'm hearing concubine right now. There are many doors that lead you to the place that you truly belong, but they're showing me sitting at the edge of the universe like this. That's your light. You know, you could see your light. As the more enlightened you become, you notice the space around you becomes more enlightened. Those others as well. Hi, Essie. I love you. So Essie's like one of my very first subscribers. She was like in the top, yeah, right when I first started. I always get excited when I see you because we've been on this journey together, girl. Huh. We have. Just all the reads, even just since the beginning to now. See, and that's what it feels like, is like having soul family like that. Those that you connect with in that way. There's a heads up here. This is talking about overcoming a loss, but between lives. I'm just trying to ground this energy really fast. Aquarius moon. I'm specifically seeing Aquarius. I see the sign of Aquarius and I'm seeing a crescent moon. They're telling me to look closer. What the fuck does that say? What is original anyways? Book of ideas. Somebody with the 7 of Swords, and they're looking at something on the computer. They're looking up a location. Dropping a pin. Dropping a pin. You know, there could be somebody here with somebody who has lots of different, like writing utensils. Those, what do you call them? Mechanical pencils here. Is it all a dance? Why not? Copy, paste, repeat. Do it all the time. People do it all the time. So somebody's making a fucking list. This is your time to step up and lead from the soul. Somebody's good laptop. Aquarius moon. Fuck, it's almost like GPS location or something, you know, like, it's fucking weird. Energy. The energy feels like, and then you see the fucking Wizards of Waverly Place over here with his ball of fire saying, I'm taking action here. So I wonder if this isn't somebody who's versed in some sort of, I mean, to really do magic, I mean, you really have to have great intent or really realm in such a dark energy or dark force like that. This is somebody who on the outside would appear, I'm hearing versed, well put together, right? This would be an energy of somebody who, this is happening, I'm hearing behind closed doors. This is somebody's doing a lot of work to get something set up in whatever way. I'm pinpointing your location. I'm finding your location. Somebody's tagging a location in here and sharing it. What is original anyways? And you know, maybe you do recognize yourself as some sort of original energy or original, the way you do things. This energy sees you as that, and it's like, what the fuck is that anyways? You know, maybe you stand for something or you talk about something that's very prominent for you, that you're awakened in. It's a natural disposition. It's within your genetic codes. It's not anything, I mean, outside of experience and wisdom that you've gained here. You know, it's that, you even see her, she's down right now, but she still has the plan. You know, the apartment looks empty. She's looking out into the horizon. She's looking out. You know, this is seeing where you want to go. And it feels like who this message is for. You're a very strong visionist. You know, there is a very great mystery around you. And I want to say for those that have, they're showing me this specifically because I'm seeing resources. A great mystery. So what there's, my left ear is been at a high pitch ringing, very high. Archangel Michael. I feel you even though we are apart. You know, this goes very, and this is talking about like through the veil. This is a very gifted nature that you naturally possess genetically. It's your ability to open up your sensory projections and to feel not just like feel like if you pinch your skin, but to feel your chakra centers when something's going off, when something doesn't feel right, correct? You know, it's like you're awakening to your potential to communicate with these energies on a much more frequent level and frequency, diving into the, I'm hearing diving into the deep. See, and this is why they're talking about astral projections and out-of-body experiences is where these communications are coming from. This is from the other side. I'm channeling this from divine guides. Thank you. The messengers of birds. So the divine realm. Okay. Star family. Talking about an angel aura crystal, clear quartz. It's this is somebody, this energy, you're being cloaked. Okay. I was gonna say I wasn't gonna say cloaked. This literally came out of my mouth, so maybe I should just allow it to flow. You're predestined for something here, okay? You are. And see how she looks out the window, there's the 6 of Cups. There's this deep remembrance. This girl's coming out of the water, and I want to say you're just a very fast manifester of things. For some of you, you're getting on ships and you're time traveling. You could be getting more gray hairs faster. It has to do with time traveling. Maybe there's a lot out here with this out-of-body experience. Post-life, between lives, I would say you're definitely, I'm not saying everybody's getting abducted here, okay, but I will say, and they don't need to abduct you, it's your own free will. You already, you know what I mean, you have an alliance, is what I'm hearing, an alliance here, and this alliance is what's giving you the heads up. Talking about a crystalline grid, somebody working off the crystalline grid. Guidance, thank you. This is talking about divine guidance, the divine will, and the acceptance of what that call looks like here. And it might be a great mystery to you where this is all leading to. Nonetheless, there is something within you that you know, without a doubt, this spirituality, this getting to know yourself more. There's such an intrigue to it because you learn that you can start to manipulate things in the earth around you, as far as your manifestations or your need for water, whatever it would be, that you'll notice you'll be manifesting that a lot easier. Tradoc Training Post, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. That's what I've heard. Tradoc. The combination of things, this very whimsical. It's beyond whimsical. It might feel whimsical to you, but I would say it definitely feels cosmic. Cosmic guidance, celestial guidance is out here. This is my cosmic oracle deck, and I've got celestial guidance. I was watching Claire V earlier. Hi, Rockin' Divine. Oh, is that Rocky? I need to learn how to read. Hi, Rocky. Greetings, Queen Divine. Protection and blessings sent your way. Thank you. Definitely felt that energy right there, and that's interesting because I was just talking about cosmic and celestial guidance as you pop in there. And Claire V was talking about, she channeled the message earlier from the Sun card, and there was this little guy. She has some cool decks. Claire V Tarot, you guys got to check her out if you don't watch her. I love her mornings. He controls the sun is what he was talking about, and there's a lot that goes on behind. I'm hearing behind blue eyes. What does he say? But my dreams are as empty as, but my dreams aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. Is it conscience? What does he say after that? I am outer, and I'm hearing it like this. I am out of body. Your love is vengeance. Oh, what is the lyrics to that? What is that? Who sings that song? Because I need to look that up. Could somebody find those lyrics? Oh, the fuck sings that, guys? What's up, William? Blue eyes, behind blue eyes. Does he say my conscience in there? M.O. I was channeling that song, Behind Blue Eyes. But I don't know if he's saying, but my dreams are just as empty as my conscience seems to be. Does it say conscience? Because I know that song, but I haven't heard it in years. And that came through like clear as day. So maybe that's just a sign for somebody. Cortex, the who behind blue eyes. The who behind blue eyes. The who. William, do you have blue eyes? Brown. It is say that. Behind blue eyes. Wow. So we're talking about working with, some sort of, and I'm hearing specifically, so I'm a channel at Federation. We pulled out the Mystical Martian Oracle, so I want to see what that is, because, and then right next to that I have Angels of Miracles that come out. angels of miracles that come out here. And it's like maybe you are perceiving this as through a mediumship aspect. You've got the Merkabah. I said somebody's having out-of-body experiences, working with their light body. 33 chromosomes. 33 strands. The strands. We're working with, so somebody has a great deal of, it's like they're talking about superpower genetics. Hidden in plain sight. It was hidden in plain sight. It's talking about a monastery, a cult, a tribe, a community, group living here. So that if you were in poverty or you were in such a state, you wouldn't be as society, keeping them in, they're showing me like almost how they do that with they're saying starseeds, you know, those very genetically gifted. I'm talking almost like a walk-in genetic, that ascended mastery. It is working off the DNA, but the energy body as well. It's very upgraded with the Merkabah being out here. Movement, long distance, travel, excitement. Thank you. And I was talking about traveling within the light body, the Star of David, the Merkabah. So Mer means light, Kabah means body. Merkabah, light in the body. I can't remember exactly how that is. So let's see what's going on here, because there is guidance coming from, well, one, just intuitively, but these translucent beings are around you. Saying cloaked as always. I'm seeing the Ebons, mystery, reading between the lines, and intuition. Because they're correlating the crescent moon here, okay, to the crescent moon that's on this tarot deck right over here underneath the Aquarius sign. I don't know if my phone will focus. I don't know how to turn that autofocus shit off. But there's a crescent moon, so they're saying, so that's how my intuition works. Just put the things that line up together. Organized, intimidating, utilitarian, grays, tall. See, look, and I've talked about the forces. May the force be with you. You can't make this up. Tyler Tarot says, stop talking to me. Check this out. Woo! So we're right on. Somebody just took off in their ship. Ah! They did. Energetic force field. That was freaking awesome. You guys see that wind come through here? I was talking about a starseed, right? Being in the middle. On Earth. Earthly. You're not of this earth. You're in this earth, but we'll say you do not originate from this earth. So, as the star seeds, you would be feeling very unfulfilled most of the time on this planet Earth. You know, you're somebody who likes to incorporate colors, but just kind of feeling like this. Like I said, you have this passion that's ignited within the gut. You know, when you're fired up and you're ready to go, it's there. It burns. Now, there's other outside influences, and they're showing me this organized. You know. What were we talking about it being? The unconscious, you know, shadow aspect. Or we could talk about dark consciousness, right? Non-enlightened. So more programmed. See all these bodies back here? These hybrids? This goes deep. For some of you, you know, that you could take this as an archetypal reading. You know, if you're up against, you know, obviously with the Seven of Swords being out here, that's what's moved your ass. That's what's moved your ass in the direction you need to be. Because if you don't have a push, you know what I mean? What excites you here is the phenomenon. It is the cosmic experience, the divine, energetic frequencies and waves that you get to experience. These emotions when you're so grateful to be a human. You have these very innate moments with your own being where you are, I got Syrians out here. And the Merkabah, this is the other card they want me to pull. Okay, see the Merkabah on here? This is talking about the Syrians. Syrians A, artistic, energetic, and honest. And she is wielding the Merkabah. So, and I want to show you the chakra centers. They're showing me from the heart, throat, and look at all the chakras on the front of her robe. This is an ascension, a very brilliant ascension, and very much at your own free will. You could be a lot more tired lately. You are traveling. I'm going to say that. You are traveling energetically. Sometimes, yes, your body. You know, we cloak time, you know, because time doesn't exist. There's sometimes, well, a red light just comes up for you. You know, that's them. That's this system that's working with you. And I just want to say, why? What do you want? What are you guys doing? What's up? Can I get one of those cube thingies? I do have it tattooed on my finger. My Merkabah. Fine then, fuck you. I'm out of here. Maybe that is maybe in the future when I do get my orb wings and I just start to ascend, I'll be like, fuck you guys, I told you. The whole time. The rise of the Merkabah. This chick's dog here, his name's Odin, and he is a scary looking motherfucker, I will tell you that. Okay. So the starseed's in the middle. Stuck in the middle with you. The element of air, philosophy, discernment, and empathy. So it's like infinite, eternal past life. Definitely going through a very deep sense of, it's like you're, okay, so they're showing me the clash, but you're interdimensionally doing this. And I really want to say the golden pattern, beauty, nature, and patterns. To understand something on a deeper level by patterns. The key is in the patterns. The patterns. The yin and the yang is reconciling. Why can I never say that word? Reconciling differences. 10-10, a reunion. And it's like, is this within your own being? Or your energetic force field? Oh shit. Because we had the Merkabah, and then I'm seeing energy blocks being opened up here. This really has to do with the energetic system here. That's having a huge impact on clearing and activating your actual physical being at this time. It has a lot to do. Yeah, they're showing me somebody who's around loud machinery and stuff throughout the day and how that has affected or is affecting. There's somebody who's got something this runs. Maybe it's your AC unit or something in your house, but it does affect your vibrational frequency, and that's why they're really urging you to get out into nature and to clear and detoxify that. You know, you really don't think about just think about every vibration as a frequency. If that's bouncing off your energetic field all day long, they're talking about tuning into that, being more consciously aware in specific states like that. You can be very awakened to how vibrational frequency is affecting you on a multi-dimensional level. Okay, so I've pulled these cards out. I'm seeing the Anunnaki as I'm looking in here too, and I'm being guided to, so let's check out that Syrian B. Because the Greys are out here, right? And the Merkabah. So the Greys are talking about utilitarian, organized, intimidating, working with an energy like that. Maybe some sort of militia. I'm hearing mafia in some way. Astral experiences. Okay, so this is going through the astral. Somebody could be experiencing tall beings as well. Tall gray beings, shadow. Somebody have sleep paralysis here. Sleep paralysis, where they can't move. I think there's also an essence here of ancient energies that know you're ancient. You know what I mean? They recognize your pattern because that's where this is coming from. They recognize your Merkabah. You have to remember, they don't have the physical eyes like us. You know what I mean? They see already, the energy body. They're equipped with that. They're higher dimensional beings, with the talls being here, tall grays, and the Titilian energy. You as a starseed, you could just feel like, really, this is what you're doing elsewhere, right? This is you. These are your beings just chilling in your room while you're TikToking and scrolling, for real. They're like, any day now. Any day you can learn to activate your Merkabah and clear your chakras. Like, I'm just waiting. Don't worry, it's just a whole fucking colony and a star system that only has a few more years, and it just depends on your ass awakening or not. And here you are. God, I just know there's got to be more of a purpose for me. Star-seeded now, right? They're like, mother, we're right here. Look, he's looking right at the light, the Merkabah. Somebody's traveling in that Merkabah, in that orb. Can't you see it? And it's like, this is it. This is it. Organized, intimidating. It's like maybe that energy that is in that way with that Seven of Swords. I said, Seven of Swords did come out. This doesn't mean your baby mama's cheating on your baby's daddy's mama or whatever. This Seven of Swords isn't talking about that. This Seven of Swords is talking about somebody pinpointing your location. Wanting to know where you're at. Seeing it. What makes you an original anyways, it says on this. Copy, paste, repeat. So somebody could be ripping off your fucking content. I see that shit all the time. Obviously, no, my stuff's not good enough. Nobody wants my shit. Good. Keep your filthy fucking paws off my shit. Seven of Swords. Aquarius moon. It just is so prominent. Aquarius moon. It's just coming out. When is the Aquarius moon? When is the next Aquarius moon? For my astrological people out there. It says blue moon here. Believe in the impossible. Yeah, this is standing out. When's the next blue moon and when is the Aquarius moon? And I also, what moon is in the sign of Aquarius? I should say. Because I am hearing waxing gibbous. But I'm talking about the full moon. So that's what they're talking about. Patterning. The patterns, crop circles, messages, curiosity, and these are signs. See more orbs. So you could resonate with farmland, being out in the fields. I want to say just, I am hearing Utah. I see romance, sympathy, and soulmates here too. Guys, this is a very intriguing read. This is very starseed activated. This is very... You know, it's funny because my daughter calls aliens, angels. She goes, no, that's not an alien, that's an angel, Mom. So, and anybody who knows me knows I love aliens. I fucking love them. I think they're the most aesthetically pleasing, the long, tall, beautiful, glowing, translucent. Oh, they're gorgeous. All of them. I could look at them all day. You know what? They're so intriguing. Bear dog! Bear dog! Bear dog! Odin, go and piss on all your bushes. Now you're pissed. Let's get him, bear. Yeah, this is Bear Dog's home. And this other dog likes to come and piss on all of his shit and piss him off. Alright. Shove this 3 feet of hair in this hair tie. I hate it when it's saggy and it's pulling on the front. I hate it when it's saggy and it's pulling on the front. Well, we're going to have... I hope I'm not going to be aging anytime soon, because I think that's a thing. So your guides are saying go back to the heart of who you are. Let's see this angelic miracle. Syrians. I don't think I've pulled this card yet. So for those of you that are interested, you know, I'm very much resonate with the starseed frequency. I'm very aware that I do not originate on this planet Earth. I'm not considered a earthling by any means. A lot of starseeds have a really hard time resonating in this dense energy, and especially with the frequency of, since literally, you know, Bill Clinton was in 95 to now, there's been huge shifts through economics, through the world, and I think a lot of us, I'm not saying there hasn't been, but this lifetime, this will be something very prominent, you know, 2020 and that bullshit that they pulled. It really did help bring a lot of us starseeds and a lot of us closer, a lot of us into our craft and harnessing to harness our arts, you know, to become more deliberate in our communications with each other and understanding our own selves, because we had to go inside. We had to stay in. We had to mingle with people. There's a lot of people and things that fell apart throughout that time. You know, Jerry, Wade says you are a tall Nordic. Yeah, my face is kind of a dead giveaway. You know how much shit I got for this chin in school? I got called Jay Leno chin, motherfuckers. Hi, Jen. Hi, Constance. Herman. Herman, you gotta be like the #1 comment guy. Where were we going? To the Syrians A. So let me see if I can find this. I did just see Viscus Paziscus. Syrians A 57. You know what, it might help if I actually put my glasses on my face. I haven't had them all weekend, so I've been one hell of a squinta. I can't see you, so then I can't hear you either, right? Because I just can't. Alright. Where are you, darling? I think she's stunning. I love this dress. I love her hands. See, she doesn't even have to worry about jail now. I like her. So, Syrians A here. There's a lot of water there. This is a very... And if you look, too, he's... Oh, nope, he's looking out into a dry, barren desert. So, I wonder if somebody isn't really... in this lifetime, you could be masculine physically, but... I don't know how to say this. It's like the other version of you is not. You could be a whole ass Syrian woman, you know, and be down here with a set of junk, you know. That just really did come through, and it's like, why do I feel so disconnected? You know, they're talking about the Merkabah, the higher and lower self coming together. The feminine and the masculine, the lower and the higher. Movement in light, traveling long distance. They're confirming what I'm saying here about multidimensional aspects of yourself, because you remember, we are, you know, they are ascended races of, there is some hidden DNA that is here, seated within the physical beings of specific people. And this is where that DNA doesn't die. I am hearing mutated. Mutated. What does mutated mean? Elizabeth, you have light language too? Wow. You know, you have a really, that's so funny, he was talking about, you have a very tall, energetic body. Very tall. Mutated. Hi, is that Serena? Hello? Elizabeth K, you speak language, I speak. Change. Mutate means change. Okay, thank you. So, they're talking about, and this is very esoteric, and they're talking about imprinted on, it's like it might be a dense energy here, but it's very powerful energy. It's very powerful genetics, because these are evolutionary descendants light years away of us right now in this space and time. The only thing that's creating a difference in space-time is the light years, right? So these are our evolutionary descendants. God, I hope I say in the light. I don't want to be this guy, okay? I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to be with the tall grays in the future. I hope my evolutionary descendants did not... We made some progress from that. You know? I'm hoping I get a pretty dress and a Merkabah. May we seed good... May we sow good seeds while we're here. You know, genetics are prominent. You actually could be somebody who, you know, you just bring in that one special being. They are showing me abductees on ships where they are being, I would say, harvested of their eggs, you know, during certain times of the months, and then seeded on other planets. because they're showing me this evolutionary descendants. It's almost like the soul to these bodies are here now. You escaped in some way. This is going deep. Escape this body in the back, and the soul's here. It's like, I know what you're saying. I know what they're saying here. They're talking about just as many of us starseeds there are here, there are these other forces as well. But they're not incarnate with like the divine soul. Some, yes. The divine spirit. It's missing the spirit. The light. It's missing the energy. So they're talking about programmed beings and energies here. With these tall grays. I've never been able to tap into this. It's very interesting, so I'm very grateful. Thank you. The higher dimensional beings of the light, they're helping us starseeds to understand this. Please help me to channel this message to the best of my abilities, for the highest good of all. Seeing the bodies over here by the portal, and it's like, it's fucking weird, man. It's almost like preserving, changing, altering, and not, they're saying not all of this that's going on is for bad purposes. For some of this is for travel. There's a doctor or doctors. There's freelancers. Whether this is scientists, biologists that have originated by being abducted initially and now are running this program. And they're showing me that card you'll understand in time. It's almost like, for some purposes, to save a race, the genetics. Maybe something has gotten wiped out light years away, and they're talking about, in this space and time, this energy is still here. So there's like these miraculous kids that come about, or freak accidents. You could be fixed and be having a baby. You know, it's like, it's because it's on the divine will. And things within the body can be rewritten, magical. It's fucking crazy. Like, if you have had near-death experience, I want to say, you're here for a reason, okay? You're definitely here for a reason. These out-of-body experiences are these traumatic moments where you've experienced these, you are always safe. You know, they're saying you're always safe. But I will say, they're saying hitman. You know, for some of you, it's almost been this intentional, whether it's been a car accident out of nowhere. You know, there are these other forces. There's propaganda out here, because I showed you guys the Seven of Swords. I'm not trying to strike fear. I'm asking for the clearest message from the Holy Spirit in the divine realm. There's a lot of tracing here, okay? Understanding where somebody's location is, or as a whole, collectively, right, throughout the world, these starseeds, because you guys aren't hard to find. Your energy bodies are like this. You embody a lot of every color of the rainbow, okay? Very heightened, very sensitive, very mature, as far as, and when you do start to awaken, the maturity comes at a greater rate. It almost to a point where you feel so broken because you realize, you feel like you got plugged in here, and it feels so fucking unfair, almost like it's a punishment. It's not, because when that, you can shift from that perspective and understand you're doing great things here. Please know you're not just shoved on a shithole planet and not having help. You're having help, because if you're still here and you've made it through your addictions, your abusive relationships, shit that should have killed you, taking you out a long time ago, whether this is even just yourself and being around those types of energies. They're showing me people going to commit suicide who would never even think of doing that, who would never possess the energies to want to do that. But these energies come on, and it gets them, like, if they relapse or do something, I mean, it just strikes them at the core, their unworthiness, and that's how they're trying to stifle out the starseed energy, right? Because when the starseed doesn't feel connected, and when they feel ungrounded, okay, with all that energy and all that intuition and all that claircognizance and that connectivity, and then it strikes with fear, right? That portal that opens, that's you lose grounding to this, to what and who you truly are, in that moment. But they said you've always been held here. You know, look at her. Somebody's, and I'm gonna read this. Somebody's, your guide it's a fucking being. It is an extraterrestrial being that is cloaked. you know, and they can appear on other people's consciousnesses. I mean, you have divine, whether it goes on to your children or whatever, this energy, you wouldn't understand it. That's why they said out here, you will understand in time. But you do have a deep desire, you know, and they're saying that don't forget your deep desire to ascend and to grow in energy. You don't have to understand everything right now, but do know you have many past lifetimes. At the top of here it says guru or an idol. People have known you many past lifetimes on many different planets as a leader for groups of people. And what we would call a cult here, a cult there, we were just a family of those that came together to work with energies for the highest good of all, if you will. Waymakers, okay? It's warriors, it's tribes, the ones that stand up for the sick, the elderly, and the children. We were the cultivators of space and time in wherever we were. We always have gravitated to, they're saying, your soul family. You know, you always find each other. You know, maybe there's a lifetime when you miss out on 4 or 5 of them, but they're talking about incarnating in groups of 10 to 20. And being able to spend a lot of time with those family members, you know, that are also here on the other side, back on your planet, back on your, you know, where you come from, and they visit you all the time. See the Merkabah and see the orb. They're like, here's that card. They're talking about cheering up here. It said cheer up. There's many paths that lead to who you truly are. There's many layers of yourself to be discovered. A waymaker, authentic spectrum of light embodied, authentic spectrum of light. Dude, there's something going on here with that light body, because it's your glow. It's just the way you were made. You can't be sorry for your brightness, you know, like you've spent a whole fuck yeah. See, they're saying yes. Rise up, dude. There's a lot of people that don't understand. You know how Christ came, you know, in the story of Jesus Christ, was persecuted for being advanced, and other people didn't understand him. They thought he was a heretic, a lunatic, you know, blasphemous, because what they were taught and what they knew before that was cult shit, right? What they've learned, what they knew, what was it, cult within that religion, whatever way. It became a congregation and a community in whatever way. And your guides are saying you're different. The way that you rise, it's for the greatest good of all, and this is what makes you the waymaker. You know, there's talking about conflict can be healed here. So I do see opposing sides, and energetically with the tall grays, this organized, intimidating energy that comes through, these astral. I'm trying to understand if this is it is resonant in the physical energy. So within this realm. Are you guys liking this read so far? I'm loving this read. Thank you, Matthew. As I look up, Matthew says good reading. Ryan, what's up? I can't believe you're live. I know, it feels like it's been forever, huh? Thank you, Ambassador Casey, Ambassador to the Family of Light, for your service to others with your shows and your readings. Thank you. I like how you said shows, because God knows I can put on a good show, huh? Yes, everybody's liking it. Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. Serena, thank you for being here. And Mo Zerdik, what's up, brother? Has Jason, the Art of Pain, made it in yet? I feel like you know who I am for the first time in a long time. It's because we share a universal language of light and a universal love, and the wind's starting to blow. You're very, 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 it almost brings tears to my eyes, because you are such a beautiful soul. See, and a lot of this read that's coming out, it will resonate with you, Elizabeth. It will resonate with you. Talk about going through some dark shit, you know what I mean? The warriors of light, dude, this is who's in here, is the warriors of light. Those that have opposed the opinions, thoughts, and beliefs are the hardest to break within ourselves, and not just ourselves, but that of others that have been, you know, put onto us, or we've oppressed our own to whatever. You know, sometimes a lot of us have gone through life not spiritual, you know, and there's things that happen that and a lot of it is paranormal experiences. When we lose somebody and it's so traumatic, we start feeling them, seeing them, or just the pain itself puts us into an awakened state. You know, I had a mass awakening by using methamphetamine, you know, a full Kundalini awakening damn near. I don't know how. I was opening portal. I've done some amazing stuff. You know, it's just very crazy how what's meant to stifle some, you know, for me, it awakened me. I have a channel now because of my experience in using drugs and also being in the military and building houses and working with amazing people, broken ass people. You know, my whole life I've been around, you know, I was a Marine Corps drill instructor for juvenile felons for 5 years. Kids who were in and out of group homes. This was the last chance to get their shit together, and it was not easy. I'm talking Marine Corps drill and ceremony. Same standard as the United States Marine Corps. These kids had to go to school, and over 500 kids I had the ability to push to a point. I was doing this pregnant, running 3 miles a day, and you know what? Those kids didn't want to have me outrun them. You know, they hated me. They're like, "Fuck, you seen everything." If we scratched our ass, we were doing push-ups, and I was like, I've been a mom since I was 20. You know, I have 5 kids. That's what I do because I was that little motherfucker. I was the one scratching my ass when, you know, when we were kids, you got called, it was yes ma'am, no sir, whatever. You responded with that. You didn't walk away when somebody was talking to you. You stood there and listened. You didn't make that face or you'd get smacked around, you know. So there's a lot that we go through because as starseeds and those with really brilliant energy and a lot of energy, they do end up gravitating towards, you know, sex, drugs, alcohol, because they have so much energy and there's a lot of creativity within that. You know, when those endorphins, when you first start, it's so magnificent because there's such a flood of, it's like you almost tap into a different version of yourself or the spirit of the Alkun. Alcohol is a spirit of Alkun. So those are other spirits that you're working with. Me being native, I am Blackfoot, Cherokee, and German this lifetime. I have learned a lot about different types of alcohol and the spirits within them and moving through my shadow aspects and becoming enlightened through that version of myself and using those almost in a way to rise up above it. I work with the spirit, you know what I mean? I stay conscious within that state. So it's very interesting. My whole life, I've always wanted to help others overcome what it is that they're missing, that they go to drugs and alcohol for, to feel that fulfillment within their heart. I always wish, you know, and I still, to cultivate that within others. And I think what we're missing out on, those of us that have gone that path, is because, one, we don't feel love for ourselves, and not a lot of people can understand the depths and the empathy that a lot of starseed energies have. You know, we feel very desolate and isolated from home and from people. We look at the stars and we cry because we want to go home. We don't know how we know that's home, but we fucking know. You know, always looking outside of this world for other things instead of what's in it, because, you know, it could be an ugly place at times, and it is deeply sad. There are a lot of injustices that happen here that it really can break a lot of spirits. But, you know, instead of us being broken, you know, really since, like I was saying, from 1995 to now, there's been a lot of uprise in spirituality, you know, from the 70s. There's been a huge uprise in those being self-aware. You know, you couldn't get famous back in the day. Now everybody has a channel and an opportunity to shine or gravitate, to use and to culminate their experience and put whatever they're guided to do. That's the most amazing thing. And if I know I have some of you in here, there is a lot of you, I can see at least 4, that you will have a channel. Some of you within the next 3 months. Some of you, you'll start next year. Stop worrying about what it's going to look like, how it's organized, what you need to say. I used to do that. I've been on here for a year and I learn, I just go. I don't have a fucking schedule. I'm always late because I've got, you know, it's like spirit will grab me over here and show me or have me have an interaction before I get on my channel, or somebody will pull up and talk and, hey, I just needed to talk to somebody. Like, you would not believe, having this channel has opened up so many energetic portals and connections to other beautiful beings that if you watch me, I just want you to know I'm very proud of you for becoming self-empowered. I'm very proud of you. It's not an easy path, and it's not for the weak. Waymakers are not weak. Love is one of the strongest qualities you can have, because to really have that when you want to punch somebody in the throat and you learn that they just don't know They're not at that level. Go back 5 years and look at where you were. You know, think about how much you've grown now. So we have to honor other people's humanism and where they're at in that space and time, and decide if we're going to let that energy flow and we're not going to gravitate towards it due to, you know, likeliness of energy, from whether it represents something in a sibling or a parent that we had. We'll find friends like that in the way that they respond and have interactions with you that's similar to that. A lot of us will gravitate and stay small, you know, especially if it has, you know, small, you know, deep understandings, misunderstandings, or, you know, core wounds that trigger one another, and but you share a familia type feeling. So this is really about you. I mean, you're sitting here talking to aliens in your fucking room. Hello, this is why you have no friends. This is what people don't know about you. And if they did, it would be like in time. And I blurt things out once in a while to those around me because, you know, 5 years ago I was saying things and now people today like, that's so crazy that you said that. Or they'll be like, hey, did you see this alien this? And I'm like, remember when I was talking about this 5 years ago and you guys all wanted to put me in the insane asylum and thought I was fucking crazy? You guys remember that? Because I was doing this? I was doing this and smoking meth? Sitting with my aliens. Oh, I'm so proud of how far I've come, dude. I am my best friend, and I really genuinely do love my friendship to myself, because sometimes if I do get upset, I'm like, oh, don't be a wanker, and then I start having a conversation with myself about, don't you know you're lovely? And I giggle with myself, and I'm just like, you know, I do hug myself. You guys ever hug yourself and just cry like a little baby sometimes? Not in the shower. This is my girl right here. This girl right here has created this, you know, and by having the gumption to get out here and do this and follow my spirit guides and to work on my self-esteem. It's not about having it and then you execute it. It's about you go into it. If not, you're always going to be this, you know, bordering between both worlds. You've got to. You've got to make the stand, and you've got to know you're connected more than anything. Like I said, your aliens are just like, hey, dude, what's up? Is today the day? Fucking moon cycles out here. How many moon cycles you been through? Next thing you know, you look up and it's a fucking full moon. And then it feels like it's only been a week and it's damn near, you know what I mean, back to a full moon again. I'm like, it's either been a full moon for a fucking week or a couple weeks have lapsed here. You know, just in the day-to-day grind. It gets fucking old. You know, and it's hard to keep maintaining this. You know, you're going to start having communications with these divine guides, okay, and you put that in whatever way that it resonates for you. I will say some of you are definitely having interactions with higher dimensional beings. Some of them are versions of yourself. This is activating and a melding with a higher version of yourself through the Merkabah, the higher and lower aspects of yourself. See, you just look mundane like you're in an apartment, but really you've got a whole fucking portal of light. You've got masters that are working with you. So you might feel insignificant now. Maybe you are moving out of apartment. Maybe you don't have shit to go or a place to go, but you're making a plan. You know, something's, you know, see the light coming through the window, it's time. And what you find out might blow your mind. And as I said, I'm down right here next to the Six of Cups. Something from the past resonates, comes back. Comes back around. You know. All right. Syrians A. Syrians A beings come from brilliant and the brightest star in our skies, the Sirius Dog Star, which is in the Canis Major binary system, possibly trinary, 9 light years from Earth. The planet's name originated from the ancient Greek Sirios for sorcerer, Sorcher. Excuse me. And is mentioned in Surah, chapter 53 of the Quran, titled The Mighty Star and Lord of Cyrus. Ancient Egyptian goddess Sobdet, and later Isis was queen of Sirius. Greek goddess Sothis was also of Cyrus. The sixth-dimensional Syrian beings are benevolent, loyal, spiritual warriors who bear service to others. They are disciplined, reserved, and have self-mastery of healthy detachment. Fuck yes, I just channeled all this. Connection to all integrity. They have strong ties with Mother Earth, oceanic realms. They are calm, non-political, watery, and non-confirmational, yet. Thank you, guys. yet can defend themselves easily if need be. They value honesty and transparency. And prefer symbols to words. So you guys could be writing a lot of symbols or drawing symbols. Do a doodle, something over and over. That's coming from them. It's coming from a higher conscious state. They are lovers of music, sacred geometry, and singing. The Syrian A beings, like the avian blue beings, live with the raw law of one principles and practices. I really encourage you guys to look up the law of one. Syrian A beings visited Earth during ancient seeding projects and later worked with Egyptian, Sumerian, Inca, Mayans, and other ancient civilizations. Ancient Mayan legends say that Syrian A beings were the keepers of the 13 crystal skulls. That's funny because I was talking about working with the crystals. You're onto something, I heard. The Syrian A beings are also involved in ancient cosmic wars with the Orion Alpha Dracona Empire. The Cetacean, dolphin, whale, mermaid heritage originates from Sirius A. The Syrian A beings are complex hybrid collection of species, obviously. Though usually stand to 6 to 7 feet tall, they have vast array of skin colors from brown to very dark complexions to grayish blue tones. Many have large protruding brains on the upper back of their skull. The amphibian genotype of Syrian A beings have webbed toes and fingers and a diversity of aquatic features. When this card comes out, it's talking about integrity, honesty, truth, graciousness, seriousness, transparency, commitment, loyalty, success, accomplishment, singing, crystals, traders, merchants, ocean creatures. Wow. So you have a very honorable and a very loyal energy that is guiding you at this time on your journey. They're telling me yes, that's what we were wanting to get away because I seen a waymaker. I'm talking about angel readings. So maybe you do some sort of readings, or if you are into free writing in any way that you can intuit and comprehend and get it on paper. Automatic writing is when you just get a piece of paper and, for 3 minutes, just sit there and write anything that comes out. 3 minutes, I can do 3 minutes like nobody's business. But you guys, that's because I'm a weirdo. Go back and you'll start seeing. Some of you are very profound channelers. You have a very deep sense of creativity that seems very outer-worldly or maybe far-reaching for the time and space that we're in right now, whether this is, they're talking about comedian, being funny, bringing humor back into the collective here, very lighthearted energy, incorporating more colors within the wardrobe. It's like they're talking about, really focus on bringing more color into your space. Mystery, reading between the lines with the Ebons out here. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a good day. It's been a beautiful morning here, and it's still pretty cool. It's a beautiful morning. All right. So also, here, what is guiding you, we have the Ebons. Some sort of teacher energy, too. Very, maybe you are finding something within a book here. You could also work with mandalas. That I'm hearing back to the drawing board. This could be somebody who draws like sacred geometry or the hexagons or shapes like that. They're just really emphasizing somebody because they're showing me the ruler in the back. So somebody who your lines are like really straight. My lines would not be straight at all, especially my freehand. We all seen the tattoos that are on my arms, right? All my channeled writings, my light language. Mystery readings between the lines. Ebon is a acronym for extraterrestrial biological entity used by specialized top secret pathology, osteology, and scientific experts researching discovered ETs in captivity. See, I said in captivity. I said with the Seven of Swords, and they're sitting right here together, knowing the location. Look at this chick on the fucking table going through the portal over here. Where the hell's she at? See her? Human being. See the extraterrestrial bodies? And then seeing the pinpointing of the location here. Somebody could be tracking somebody here through the astral realm too, or trying to tie something up in the astral realm for a specific starseed. There's an energetic movement. Your spirit guides are saying that somebody could actually be trying to use crystals or work off the crystalline grid in some ways. But you have guidance to maneuver. I wonder what the purpose of this is. What is this? Shapeshifter. A shapeshifter. You're on a vision quest here. See that? And I'm going to say too here, somebody does go for guidance and uses an altar. And maybe could even do something with insects, because for that to come up is very prominent here. Shapeshifters. You fucking shapeshift and fly? Hi, Nicole. I live in Idaho if you're talking to me. It's been a fantastic day. Huh. This bear over here's missing an eye. Seismic. Look at this bear. It's missing a fucking eye on the other side. And we're talking about shit being in captivity, right, in this card? Why are you showing me the eye? Researching discovered ETs that are in captivity, alive or possibly injured from spacecraft crashes, or researching deceased ETs via autopsy. Right? They just coming down here crashing. You think they're coming down here just crashing their ships and can't get out when they have a Merkabah and a light body to move? We're talking about very so advanced. Crashed. Through Eben does not refer to any one specific type of ET. It is claimed scientists have labeled the found Ebens into 5 known categories. The star, the 5-pointed star, the head, the arms, the feet, into a 5 categories. See, there is hybrids. They're like crossbreeding. I'm telling you that. But they're putting where there's blank geno. They're filling the genotypes in. They're altering the geno. Genotype PP, purple. Altering, I don't know. It is claimed scientists have labeled the found Ebens into 5 known categories. And it also reminds me, what is it, fucking Divergent, right? Where they're all, they all go to whatever sector that they're good at. As soon as they're old enough and reach 18, they have to leave their parents and either go to a new society or stay within the society. They have warriors. They have those that take care of the animals. Do you know what I mean? Hi, Liz. Huh. All right. Many alternative scholars believe the tiny mummified skeletons found in the Atacama Desert in northern Chile is indeed an Eben, and not human, for a range of scientific reasons not mentioned in mainstream discourse, and because humans are ancestrally of ET genetics, which goes totally against the official publicized narrative. Well, but you think about light years ahead, right? So maybe this is a past version, or I know I can tell you, we ain't the future, babe. All right? We're just now getting into the technology when we can't even purify salt water. So we're not the future by any means, and we're very greedy human beings. So yeah, I would definitely agree with the genetics here. Altering specimens of DNA is exactly what I just heard. The shapeshifter here, and you can't make this shit up with the 7 of Swords here. It's like, I think you're up against something way bigger. For all of the tumultuous bullshit that you have been going through, these lessons, it's like you've been saved so many times, as far as like, you don't need to worry. You don't need to worry. Wherever you're at, if you're worried about finances, if you're worried about a specific scenario or situation that's going in, they're saying this is about a great mystery. This is about a great mystery. And it's talking about having trust, the spirit of the lion. Okay, Bella. I do not know why yesterday, and I know our dog's name used to be Stella. We just got her through as a bandit, purebred black lab. Anyways, I don't know if she was on my last live I was over there, but I kept calling her Bella. And that name, I'm like, why do I keep saying Bella? So I just want to let you know, like, your name came into my mind twice. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And they showed me, like, one of those old Coke can girls or the cigarette girls back in, like, I think it was like the 40s and 60s when smoking was sexy and cool with the bandana on. I don't know. I'm just seeing that right now. Your dog was Stella? Really? That's fucking crazy. Yeah, so her name is actually, we named her Daisy because we have Mr. Duke. So Daisy and Duke. And they're going to have babies. Huh. That was pretty cool. So getting this card means mystery. Era of the unknown. Reading between the lines, discernment, intuition, and having a good hunch. Healthy skepticism. Infant. Something is in its infancy stage. Discriminating data and questioning. Self-empowerment. So you could be working through your levels of self-discernment. I don't know if somebody here, honoring your ancestors, honoring with this vision quest out here and the altar. You know, somebody does have a very deep vision. It's very tied ancestrally. A lot of the things that you're feeling, you should be up and away. I keep hearing that medicine mask, authenticity. Did you have a very authentic energy? See on the Seven of Swords, on that fucking paper, he was being a little whiny bitch writing, what is original anyways? Yeah, I can't even... Yep, that's what he says. What is original anyways? Blocked, copy, paste, repeat. So there's an energy out here that's like, ugh. It has a very deep, like, it's almost like a... Because I want to say... They're saying, you... The utilitarian. I don't know, I'm just hearing too, like, somebody's not who you think they are. And they're saying, we mean that literally. We mean that literally. See, and there's between lives here. There's some fucking time traveling. There's some shape-shifting going on, whether this is energetically and talking about the perspective in which you look at stuff, the vision of something, or how this is going to come to fruition. This is through your self-empowerment and your celestial guidance here. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow... Because it's only a day away. Let's read that. Let's read these grays here. What are you guys doing over here, grays? The tall grays. Archetypal energy. Ancestral beings, huh? 32. Oh, 35 for the tall ones. Still talking shit, huh, Casey? You know me. You know me, tall grays. Alright, you little wanker. Let's see what you're talking about here. Most agree that the tall grays come from the Zeta Reticuli star system in the Orion constellation. Though some have made suggestions they may have come from the Andromedan galaxy, which is even further away. Others even speculate that they could be a future evolution of the human race returning here. What did I say in the beginning of this read? What did I say? Evolutionary descendants. Did I not channel that? Did I not? We've got a cat named Stella too. Shit, we got a whole bunch of Stella going on. Thank you. We did talk about that. Thank you. So you are channeling. What do you think? I was pulling the shit out of my ass? Though some think. Though some have Andromedan galaxy, which is even further away. Others even speculate that they could be a future evolution of the human race returning here, or an alien race from the future that has traveled back in time. It just keeps getting better. And I also talked about that time traveling out here. This is so exciting. Pick me. They are somewhat similar in appearance to the short grays, only much taller. And some have slightly more noticeable nose. The tall grays are linky with elongated, spindly limbs and a ectomorphic body. They can stand anywhere from 6 to 8 feet tall in height. Like a short gray, some have 4 fingers on each hand, others have 3. They are not overly strong and have awkward bodily movements. Dude, I know when I see these too. You know when you just see somebody who moves in that way? It's almost like all the way the limbs spindly. You know what I mean? You just know. Their cousins, awkwardly body movements. Like their cousins, they too have no reproductive organs. See, and that's why they're in the fucking tubes. The tall grays have been associated with the abduction phenomena and are usually described, I also talked about abductions, as holistic, bitter, and cold. They also largely work under alpha draconian, dramatics, and mind control. No shit. Many are now clones. This just keeps getting better. Some blame the tall grays for the unexplained cattle mutation phenomena, which I can tell you guys what that was about. Some tall grays are positioned in scientific MILAB genetic laboratories and secret military negotiation departments, and we wonder why. Let's just look at this system. Not all of it is corrupt, but I'm going to say, you wonder where, see, because we started trading advanced ideas, medicines for minerals here with them. And what was, America got greedy and wanted more. That's how open heart surgeries came about. Endometriosis, transplanting organs, transplanting, what do you call that? Artificially inseminating women for unsterile men, or however that works, or you know what I mean? Women who can't have babies, they do the egg. That all came from the extraterrestrial race. And there are some of the darker forces and darker energies, and those that also align with the darker military forces. I can tell you, between Army and my experience with Marine Corps, Coast Guards, airmen, that we all worked at this camp and all became drill instructors from different branches. There's a lot of very devastating things that happen to people in the military, as far as them being raped or blackmailed for just knowledge or wisdom or seeing things. I'm letting you know there are very dark, corrupt forces within everything, as well as light. But this is when these energies gravitate towards, right? Because they can't reproduce. So how else? All these missing children, where did they go? You know what I mean? It's enslavement projects. That's channeled. You know, and they use intimidation. That is the number one that these energies will use. And when you have self-empowerment and you are an enlightened being, you have the discernment to see this shapeshifter energy here. You can see this energy because it'll twitch on their body. It's almost like we would consider it a demonic spirit. For those of you that don't know, I do cast off demonic spirit, demonic energies. I open up portal energetic gateway with divine guides and ascended masters, archangels, and that energy has to go. I can see a demonic spirit from a mile away. I can feel that energy. A lot of my reads are through the net. I can always tell when there's a lingering energy of this, so to speak, especially out through the collective. I spend a lot of time moving energy off of the collective for those that are ready for it, especially a lot of you that read here. When I get off, I close these out and I just take all that energy and we do miraculous things with it for the highest good of all. Energy, it can't die, so we transmute it and we use it for the good. That's what we're here for. That's what makes us waymakers, light bearers. We're able to transmute and to alter and to manipulate energy for the highest good of all. Always for the highest good of all. This was an amazing reading on so many levels. All right. Some blame the tall grays for the unexplained cattle mutation. Yeah, we went this. They are telepathic, psychic, and have intimidating presence. The tall grays operate and function in the utility hive mind, Borg-like culture, where individual thoughts is near non-existent, which is where a lot of the programming has, you notice it being incorporated in this space and time on this planet Earth, right? That doctrine. The mindless, those that, you know, it's so interesting. I really pray that everybody awakens up to the reality of working a 9 to 5, taking our energy. We have, our body, you know what, we have enough energy within our body, one soul to power an entire fucking New York City. That's how much energy we can cultivate and harness in our own beings. Yet we're paying for this. The geothermal heat. we know how to use the land and the resources from the land. We do. This is the history, and this is the shit that gets covered up. This is what we should be teaching our kids in school about cultivating horticulture, foods, plants that are poisonous, snakes that are poisonous, what you can live off of. What there's none of that in school. It's this Common Core math. I'm a general contractor. I use math all the time. I've never had to use Common Core math to do a bid for a job or to see how many 4x8 sheets of OSB I'm going to need to deck a deck, you know, in whatever way, a floor. There's a lot of time wasted in you know, I just hope for those of you that are very authentic and you have these great intuitions of cultivating new likenesses, or even just culminating a message that comes through to the community, and you have the ability to empower others in a way that's from an authentic spectrum of your truth and the truest essence of who you are. There's a lot of messengers here, those of you that will bring signs and synchronicities to others. So while we're here, I just want to, on that Seven of Swords, I want to ask a little bit more about that. I want to find the right deck to do that. And I kind of want to see a motive behind this with the Celestial Guidance. When did this start with the Tall Grays? You know, this Seven of Swords energy. When was this most prominent for the collective watching? Full moon in Virgo. So can anybody look up when the full moon in Virgo is when this has started? We just had that, what, a couple months ago? Am I wrong? This card's talking about you are good enough. And full moon in Virgo. All right. When can we expect a revelation around this? The awakening and the realization, the information when needed here. When is this going to come about? This is time to step up and lead from the soul. Can we get a time frame on this? Because talking about cycles and patterns. Prosperity lies ahead. The new moon in Taurus. It was a couple months ago. That's what I thought, Constance. Thank you. So you could have been going through some sort of, I don't know, somebody trying to document a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer, and we just had that. See, and I feel like she came to set the captives free, you know. There's actually an audio book if you guys want to look that up. I think it's Sarah Brown who, I can't remember who writes that, and it's called She Came to Set the Captives Free. And I hope that you use discernment. And you have to remember, there is, for those that are always trying to deliver a message, there is esoterically always a hidden message. And when you have not just the discernment, but the higher the consciousness, the openness to understand that even though I'm saying what I'm saying, there could be another message in here, specifically to whatever you're asking your guides in your head. It's so cool when you have these interactions, because these are very advanced beings. So let's look at the Seven of Swords and what this may be around. I'm here, this is not just on this timeline. This is happening multidimensionally, because you're awakening to potential. I do want to say, because I see Venus, this could have to do with love in a past life in some way with the Venus here. Your past has shaped who you are today, but it doesn't define you. Perhaps that you have been dwelling too much in the past memories. Look at how those experiences helped you to grow, but know that you are constantly evolving. Your inner potential is awakening and new opportunities are appearing. This is the time for growth and self-discovery. Be bold in exploring new areas, and your hidden strengths will reveal themselves. When is the new moon in Taurus? Did anybody look that up? All right. Breaking free here. It does feel like that. Breaking free here. The great serving. Mars energy. Anger, conflict, and softening to love. So I wonder if you're not coming out of some sort of sense of doubt. I do feel like for some of you this has been a spiritual awakening through some sort of relationship in whatever way that is for you. I am starting to understand our connection. I feel you even though we are apart. You know, there is doubt, and I'm looking at, look at this, unrequited love here. Unrequited love in the past life. This is my past life oracle here. And maybe there was some sort of door that was left open, or portal, or access way through the astral realm. I was going to say the ascension process. So let's look at what the Seven of Swords. Why are you on the radar for this? You know, the radar. Why did I say that? past life. Sacred union. Two powerful forces are uniting, whether in a relationship or within yourself. Dude, it's you. This union brings energy and growth. Embrace this connection. It will lead to deeper understanding and a transformation. Wow. So maybe you are experiencing this within yourself. Fucking weird. You know what I mean? Because I feel like this energy that is opposing, the Seven of Swords, this sneaky energy, for some of you it is self-sabotage. For others of you, this is definitely, for if you're picking up on the level of what we've been putting out here, you're definitely understanding there is some sort of very unique, Claire V did a read today, and it was the Four of Wands, and in the Four of Wands, it was a portal, triangle portal opened up to the other side, and there was a green portal, and there was a woman standing in here, and then in this side of the portal, he was standing in a house with a bunch of books and stuff behind him. So it's almost like something very, because what do we have? The angels of miracles. Open your heart and expect a miracle. Whether this is like a visit of somebody, like a ghost moment, you know, in the movie Ghost. Light Army is here helping, is out here. You're an inventor who receives messages for humanity. So they're saying expect to receive a lot of messages. Expect to understand that there's many aspects to you at this time. So what... I see a lot of that past life that's out here, and I want it to come all the way out. Can we talk about the grays, please? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. You got the headhunter that comes out. Ritual sacrifice, ritual priest, cannibal, human sacrifice. This could be somebody who's very promiscuous. That just got really yucky energy. This could be a relative of somebody here. I'm going to say that. I'm seeing Russia. Public execution. Very naughty. Very nasty. It feels very Hitler. It feels that same... I'm hearing ceramic energy. Militant. Very organized. Seeing that Seven of Swords is what I was clarifying, and the fucking headhunter comes out for you. And I said, in this Seven of Swords, it's somebody who's coming. They're looking. They're trying to figure out where you're at, how you do this, what makes you originals. Like, there's something out here. I think somebody realizes that you're like this close to making a move to where you don't recognize this version of yourself anymore, and you become this. I talked about a twin flame, your higher version of yourself melding with your lower version of yourself, right? Very, I'm hearing prophetic energy, and I can't help but feel like, and I'm not one for the love reads, but with the Six of Cups here, this is something from a past life that it's an instant remembrance. And your guides are saying on the soul level, be open to the divine guidance in relationships. There is a lot of admiration out here. I just can't get over the fucking headhunter coming out with the tall grays about that organized and intimidating energy. See, and I did see that altar up here. You guys remember me showing you that? And, yeah, you got a trickster. See, you got trickster, challenge. Somebody's saying challenge accepted. Your spirit guides are saying no, that you have support too. I did see that out here. You're working with somebody who be and I don't know, this is not going to be for all of you, or this could just be on the collective level, but somebody wants to go, wants some of that, huh? And it's so weird because I want to say this person is definitely feeding the energies of an opposing energy of which you are. Okay, so they are, this could be somebody highly manipulative, somebody who's very narcissistic in the sense of self-righteousness, self-absorbed, me, my, I, me, probably degrades people quite a bit, or does a lot of, just underhanded things that would undermine the character quality of people. This person could be known as somebody who takes a narrative and switches it to fit the bill of exorcist. Here, shut the fuck up. Shut up. I got unrequited love out here. I'm telling you, you got the rise of the phoenix, baby. Resurrection, surrender to the change. Look, I got the phoenix right here. This is getting good. Let's go, headhunter. I got exorcist, dark magic, cursed, and possessed out here. An older man. Woo! There's some sort of war in a past life that happened here, and I'm talking about even if you want to go back to the tall grays and the siren energy, the Sirius A energy. It's almost like, because what they got in a galactic war, right? The grays, tall grays with the draconic energies, right? And we all know that some pretty corrupt energy within that organization. Wow. So we got the exorcist out here, huh? So I'm talking about you could very well could be some sort of demon hunter spiritually, okay? Like you are very, not only we're not just talking about demonic spiritual energies, because that's like more fourth dimensional realm, right? Spirit realm, where you're actually out of your body and you're traveling. So your spirit can get damaged in the fourth realm, and you can actually die in the physical. I will tell you that. You can die in the physical. That is a fucking fact. That is very real. Now, some travel to the subconscious in other states. Some are actively astro traveling at this moment. The devil comes out here. And that's fucking interesting. That's some nasty energy, bro, that you've been up against. And I don't even know. Well, obviously there's been plotting, okay, because this is a plot in some way, and it does feel like whether they're knowing it or not, because energetically they do. Because this energy, this Seven of Swords energy over here is tied to a ritual sacrifice, a ritual priest, okay, a headhunter, somebody who's a fucking headhunter's coming for you, a headhunter's coming for you, right? With the Seven of Swords, cannibal. I mean, this is somebody who is a savage, somebody who you could have a betrayal of trauma with this person, what pisses you off probably is that you're very prophet-led, there could be prophecies about you that this person could know. You could be the one written in old tales that this person might. The art of war, baby. Let's fucking go. Things that you've even written or that you've left behind. It's like, this does come back to the past life. This could be, I'm fucking telling you, somebody's got, it's tied to something in some way. Definitely, it's an organization. I'm going to say that, whether it's a militia, a mafia, some underhanded group. If this is other parts of, it does feel like past military or militant type personnel. Not all. Veterans. It could be veterans too that just kind of went down a much fucking darker path. Somebody's a witch. So there's a sorcerer, high priestess energy, and there's somebody who does know how to do animal sacrifices. There's somebody who is a shapeshifter. We pulled out the shapeshifter here. But it's like, you always fucking know. You've got a vision here. This is very, very cool read. There's the altar. It was underneath the shapeshifter. No wonder why I didn't see it. I knew that, and I was picking up on that energy, and I should have stated that, because something felt a little off there. So that's an energy that's definitely wanting you to doubt yourself. Look, doubt's out here on the top. It's an energy that's wanting you to doubt yourself. It's almost like it's trying to pattern or imprint some sort of programming within your energetic system through... I'm hearing molecular projections. It's trying to fuck with their DNA in some way. Alter, and I wonder how you would do that. It's stifling the electromagnetic field at times, trying to alter, maybe to where you would make a decision so it's on your own free will to, because you're awakening to your potential. It's very threatening, okay? Your guides are saying, stay grounded. Your soul loves to connect and be one with nature. A beautiful healing takes place when you ground and center yourself with the earth. Being in nature has a way to restore what has been lost and brings you back to your center. See, and this is like about a retrieval too. And I wonder if somebody hasn't been in some sort of astral realm or akashically, or trying to imprint themselves with your energetic print to understand more with your akash. Why? Because your ass is known. It's just been a long time coming. I don't know what you do here. You could be some sort of, I'm not going to say messiah, but a god in some way. And when I say that, it's just in your blood. It is it's an original. It says it right here. That's what this motherfucker's pissed off about, is that you're an original. You're an original soul. And they're not, because I said there was the spirit was missing, right? So I wonder, how are they getting in the astral realm? There's a lot of advanced technology. There's a lot of weird shit that we don't know about that's gone on collectively. I'm talking about for stifling the consciousness of the light, right? The light consciousness within the collective. Because anytime that we could do something in the, mass viewpoint or society for all to see that strikes fear, everybody gets in that, whether it's buying toilet paper, just, how much energy they stole from us in COVID to strike fear throughout the nation and trapped all that fucking, that energy. It's how they harness energy and keep us, you have an abundant amount. You could never run out of energy. That's what I said. Somebody here has a fucking spark that's undeniable. You are the light in the dark on so many ways. What do we need to know about this? Leadership. And it's the crown. Leadership comes out here. Ruler. Follower. A boss. So the lesson here is in power. Money and the power. Huh. Hypothermia could really resonate with somebody here too. I'm seeing Oceania. Somebody is very mystical in their faith. How are you showing up at this time? How are you showing up at this time? I want it to come all the way out. Oh, and it went all the way out and all the way down. I love you guys. This has been a beautiful read. Thank you for hanging out with me. I better grab my phone charger. Oh, you're showing up as the lawmaker, lawyer. The law, baby! You're showing up as the law! Law enforcement, lawmaker, lawyer, judgment. This could also do with corrupt law or law enforcement with, like, looking at the shapeshifter and the tall grays here. We kind of went over that. I don't want to make it all about that. Identity of a wife. Middle Eastern. Psychology is the faith here. A settler, a cowboy, Wild West. Okay. This is getting good. Let me plug this in real fast, guys. Oh, cranky. I don't have the right cord to do that. It's okay. We'll be all right. I thought I had my other cord. Now I have all the Type-C to Type-C chargers. Oh, look, I got one. That might not be long enough. Excuse me. Is that a Type-C? Yes! Awesome. That just happened. All right. I gotta use this little charger, but it doesn't take the Type-C to Type-C. It has to have that old school UBS, OBS, USB. Okay, plug this in. Thank you guys for being patient. You know me. I've always got something going on. Okay, check your charger connection. All right, we're in it. Birds are sure chirping. So you're showing up here as the law of oneness. You know, I should look into what the law, universal law of oneness is. Here, the phoenix, resurrecting, surrendering to change. You know, and that's where this shift comes at. And when you realize, like, things aren't the way that they've always been, or the way that you've perceived them. Because with the shapeshifter here, it is talking about shaping your perspective, and you're on a vision quest out here to seek. Hi, Michael. Hi, Drexler. Hi, honey love. This has been an amazing read. Hi. Oh, I love the little fairies you did there. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. This is a very amazing read. This has been a very extraterrestrial, very, because they told me to an angelic reading is out here. Label this message from the angelic realm. And like I said earlier, my 3-year-old calls aliens when she sees them. She goes, angels. She always has called them angels. So, and I just think that we were talking about a lot of things that was confirmed through the Mystic Martian Oracle. So, I love it when that happens. I'm trying to investigate here further upon, your self-empowerment. It's nothing outside of that. They're saying it's not really, once you get the self-empowerment and the confidence within yourself to understand that your potential to awaken is limitless. You don't have to put a caps on it. They're saying it, you don't have to, just because they say this is how you spiritually awaken, like you could do it completely different. Like I said, I had a mass awakening using drugs. And I'll never be the same. I'll never go back. I can never just not see what I've seen. I can't pretend like I haven't seen a 100-foot fucking portal open up inside a mountain right in front of me. You can't make that shit up. High or not, I don't care. I know what I've experienced, and I know, and that's the thing too. When these things happen, it's like you would be high, or people wouldn't believe you, or yes, because you were high. That's how we can discount things, but it's something special. It's for you and only you at that time. It's so hard when you experience these cool things and you want to share with people and like, right, and you're like, whatever, man, I don't need you to believe me. I believe me, but I wanted to share it, and that's why I started a channel. Is Jason in here? Amazing energy. Thank you, Karma. Drugs how I awakened too, girl. And I've gone back over, when I was in my 20s and I've let stuff go and went back to it. Now in an awakened state, I've been able to take what was meant for bad, and God made something fucking amazing out of it. It's made me self-empowered, a waymaker in my own right, and to be a voice and a light for others who have the same ambitions that I do within, for those of you that have gotten to know my, my being and my character. There's many different layers to me. And it's nice to share that, and I get to feel that energy back with you guys. We're out here, we're out here as the judge and the jury right now. So, why the Seven of Swords? We went over that, and we've seen that occultic stuff. So, what's the advice here in this situation? Explore, an ocean traveler, fisherman, pirate. Grandchildren could be the identity. You could be deceived or loved or betrayed, feel betrayed in love. It feels like your advice is to don't be forced into converting the conversion of anybody's ideas onto you. And I think that's what's kept you waiting for so long. Maybe there is some shit that you just forgot. When people say, we don't remember what exactly people say, but we do remember how people make us feel. And I think all of us have always wanted to be seen, because it does feel good to bring enlightenment. And we all want to be good at something and share that with the world and bring happiness. When you find people that you resonate with, or whether it's on here or just your family, when you see that person, you can't help but smile, because they bring an energy, and you feel at home with them. You know what I mean? This one looks like there's going to be travel out here. Bro, there is a fall of a civilization coming. There is a fall of a civilization coming over some sort of, you can't make it up, greed, corruption, ignorance, indulgence. Yeah. This could be somebody who's a guru or does something in an idol in some way. The lesson for this is going to be forgiveness for somebody here. Because there's animosity, and I don't know what's overtook this person to get to this point of almost hatred within themselves. I'm hearing a big fighter jet. It's past life. It's tied into their kosh. It's like you are fucking rivals. You are you battle. It's in the blood. It's in the fucking DNA. It's something. I mean, we're talking about galactic wars. How many of us have fought in galactic wars? We're spiritually and energetically, we still are. You know what I mean? There's remnant energy here of that. And obviously, look, there's some people we don't jive with. There's some energies I don't fucking resonate with. And I am a very benevolent being. My left ear. They're talking about a disaster coming. Huh. Some of you in your past life could definitely resonate as a gladiator or, you know, an athlete in some way, warrior, a duelist, a martial artist. You could be somebody who your biggest, you know, comeback is the response to a very deep loss and connected loss that you've experienced in this realm. Maybe somebody has drowned or a death in some way. It's overcoming a loss here. North America for a past life could be prominent as well, if not now. The judge. Why the judge out here? Why are you showing up as the law? Leader. What are you? Universal. For the universe. The law of the universe here on Earth. That's why all these extraterrestrials are out here, because you are tied to that or working with it. The federations, right? Crop circles. Age of Enlightenment. Ah! I love it. Like they're saying, because you're a fucking rebel. Because you're a rebel. That's why you're showing up as the leader and the judge, the law. Because we knew you could do it. It's talking about revolutionary, activist, nonconformist, antichrist. You know, there's trauma here. It's always been a battle. You know, I think you're somebody who's a very dedicated warrior. I think you've been a warrior in many lives. You're still battling now, and a lot of the shit that, sadly, that a lot of you are going through is this energetic ties to other people. If anybody feels like you have an energetic tie in universe, I'm just calling you in right now, and you're willing to release that, and it's for the highest good of all. I'm going to use my light language. I'm going to open up an energetic portal with Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Saint Germain, the Violet Flame, Krishna. Anybody who is any energy attached to their body, their being at this time, that they are wanting to release, Archangel Michael. From the bottom of the feet to the top of the head, and if it's for the highest good of all, if this is an energy that has attached itself to you through person, place, or thing, it does not belong to you. If it has been making you sick, feel headaches, tired, drowned, drowsy, or having thoughts and connections to others, thoughts or ideas that are not yours, that are draining you right now, I call that energy to the forefront. So just think about releasing. Some of you, if you close your eyes, you can see colors. And just from the bottom of the feet, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. From the bottom of the feet, any energy that does not belong to the top of the head. Archangel Michael, thank you. Archangel Raphael, I call on you to cleanse any remaining energies. Some of you could be feeling like you just blew up a balloon, kind of lightheaded. Yeah, bakatara ya shezeve pekete de diasha safa bakata de diasha severa ke wata te sheva bate mano ye vete ke seveya. Thank you, divine beings of the light. I just seen a woman's face energetically and she was in green in my mind's eye. You kind of almost look like you have a similar jaw as mine. That was so fucking cool. And I heard thank you. So mote it be. And you know, you just call back your power from any place that it may have been misplaced or taken from you. It's your power and it belongs to you. So at this time you call your power and your energy back into your own being. So mote it be. Archangel Michael, we use the sword of truth to cut the energetic ties that do no longer resonate with us on any level, and we call back our power and energy from those places. Bekerate te te ashe se va papa ke te bara ye se vashe se va ke te rapa ye se vashe se vekete. Lots of blue, you know, lots of being stifled in the being able to speak your truth or your truth, you know, misunderstandings there, just tied up energy and old conversations and past things that have that don't resonate. Maybe you're wanting some clearing and some energy and some healing on that. For those of you, you release that now and call back your power. It's yours. So I close out that energetic portal and that energetic gateway. For any of you that participated in that and are into energy cleansing and doing that, wow, my head feels light. You think Lucifer and Loki are the same thing? Were you seeing blue? I got blue in my mind's eye at the last end there. It almost kind of looked like a Pisces fish. Thank you. I am Mother Gaia, Holy Sophia, vessel of the human form. You are very blessed. I was doing light language with you. Archangel Michael was communicating with us. Thank you, Mermaid Infinity Rainbow. That's amazing. What up, Bethany? Ha! You know, there's another gal in here. Her name's Ashley Johnson, I believe, and she also uses light language. And I would love to be able to go live and do a collab of just kind of talking about how it started for each person and kind of what your perspective on it is. I think that would be something fun to do. I saw green, and then at the end, I saw all kinds of colors. Hi, Cindy. Yeah, as soon as I got in there and I went to open up that last bit of that portal, like right through the throat chakra, because it feels like there was a block in there, and they're showing me the crescent moon because I seen that in the blue, and it was like a beautiful blue, very light blue. It's like blowing. And we pulled this out at the beginning of the read, blowing that open. You know, this is talking about activating the higher chakras, so higher star chakra. Very beautiful. And thank you guys for everybody who came in alignment with that. We're very powerful, and that's what we're talking about. Is like that is our power. The light army is here helping. It's just the intention, and it's energy, and love, language, and energy. You cannot make that up. Love, language, and energy is magnificent. We've got a shaman out here who's very connected. I heard a martyr between both worlds. Interesting. Okay, so what's the judge out here in this leadership? Where is this stemming from? What do we need to know at this time? Holy Spirit, holy angels, benevolent beings of the light for this beautiful collective. The upper world and the spiritual dancer. Oh my gosh. Perception. God, look at the connection here. Look at the colors. Look at those colors. Upper world comes out again. See, and I'm talking about the ruler and the judge and the leader in the upper world. Yes. Yes. So don't be trust. You know, they're saying trust. The chess queen. You've done this shit time and time again. Wow. See that portal open? You see it in the light? I was talking about me having my awakening. The Shadow Queen. Acquiring knowledge, insecurity, manipulation. You are fucking toe-to-toe with somebody else. You've got the Shadow Queen and the Chess Queen, and I think that you've also played a hand in the Shadow Queen or worked with those energies to get to where you're at, right? You'd have to work with the boogeyman to become enlightened. You have to go within that aspect of yourself and face it. This is amazing read. And it's like, because I'm asking, why are you the law? The universal law, this ruler, this leader, right? It's because you're not afraid to fucking walk where you go. Look at, she's in a dark robe, but yet holds the light. See, she comes out victorious. I found my enlightenment in the shadow. Woohoo! Wow. Any advice here? Any advice here? Divine light. Thank you. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, ancestors. I remember your soul plan. It's all coming. Fall into my arms. Surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Your guides are saying it's safe now. Look at all those energies and ancestors up there. It's safe to feel. It's safe to feel. Water is representative of emotion. See all the light, the energy bodies? Generously given. Relationships are coming together. There's a fucking healing here. I can feel it. I see it. It's within you. And that's what changes the perspective in a certain way. It's like their self-empowerment. And when you step into this energy, it's unrecognizable to others because it's just but recognizable none all the same because it's that 6 of cups we talked about. Soul energy, soul recognition. But you didn't see it before in that light. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Starseeds, here we go. Awaken, O wise ones within. Awaken, ancient ones within. The shadow is an illusion. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connections, and community. Stay in the community. Stay connected. Stay posting. Stay. You're a vigilante. You stand up for people who don't have that. The whispering. What are you thirsty for? Body care. Take a breath. Deep hydration here. Coming out of hiding. Embracing who you really are. There's something magnificent. Look at this mermaid down here with this sea lion. I mean, this is just I would look up the animal of the sea lion as well. You know, they're talking about replenishing here and self-care, giving from a place of plenty. Cosmic ancestors see the light by staying grounded. Water, water, water. That's what they're saying. Don't tell me what to do. Damn. Hottie with the mystical insights. Hey, thanks. This is my bedhead, by the way. Pretty neat. Pretty fucking cool read. Man, it's like the only thing that could really stifle you in this aspect, like, is just fucking doubt. Right? It's blowing past that. That's where you get that enlightenment from the fucking Shadow Queen here. Because we do see you're made for leadership. You know, you have the upper world working with you. And you cannot deny that at this point. You know, think all the times you think you wouldn't have the money for something, or you weren't going to have enough gas, or, you know, the babysitter, or, you know, whatever it was that you needed at the time. And you've always been provided for. It may have looked different, but look at this shitty shit is what made you who you are. There's, you know, the planning here is between you and your higher self. You're your hype man. You're the guy that says, okay, get up, let's go, here we go. Let's bring some light into this world today. What's up? You know, because you got the headhunter after you, babe, and we've seen that. It's like, it's an, you know, I'm hearing bioweapons too, you know, for those of you that take medications and stuff, it's like, there's certain things that as starseeds in that angelic energy, they're very, it's like a tranquilizer to your intuition or to the way that your body is working with your light body. Your genetics. So a lot of the vaccines and shots, yeah, that's why I don't give my kids that stuff, you know, because everybody in the United States has them. There's very few who don't vaccinate their kids ever, and I never have. My kids all got one round of the shots and the drops in their eye. Ever since then, on all my daughter's going to be 18 years old. For some reason, I was always guided not to do it. I don't know what the fuck's in that shot. I don't know what you're putting that's going to affect my genetics and how long it lasts. I mean, you came up with a fucking vaccine for COVID and how long? You know, but we can't cure cancer. It's bioweapons. Big Pharma is one of the biggest bioweapon on the face of this earth. And that's what they're talking about here is corruption. You know, it's a fall of a civilization. It's a fall of a place and time. It's a fall of, motherfucker, you can track me all day long, but there's it's only right that you should play the way you feel. Keeping your visions to yourself. Yeah, and I heard, I had a dream with you. You know, there's somebody trying to intercede or interfere. It's just like with it does feel from a very, whether this is collectively or within your own being, like the tracking is a real fucking thing out here. You know, there's just greedy energy that's been around. You've been a victim. I'm not gonna even say fucking victim.